How Netanyahu crushed Hamas in just 24 months. When Benjamin Netanyahu, known globally as Bibi, returned to power, few believed he could dismantle Hamas, a group that had defined conflict in Gaza for decades. Yet, within 24 months, Israel's prime minister executed one of the most relentless, calculated, and technology-driven military campaigns in modern history. This is not just a story of bombs and rockets. It is the story of intelligence, deception, and geopolitical maneuvering, where every strike, every ceasefire, and every diplomatic handshake was part of a larger chessboard that ended with Hamas cornered and disarmed. After the October 2023 attacks, Israel launched Operation Iron Promise, followed by the unprecedented fusion of artificial intelligence, precision-guided munitions, and psychological warfare. Netanyahu combined the power of Israel's cyber units, Mossad intelligence, and US-backed diplomacy to isolate Hamas militarily, financially, and politically. By the end of 2025, what was once considered an impossible dream, neutralizing Hamas leadership and crippling its command structure, became a brutal reality. Gaza was transformed from a militant fortress into a monitored buffer zone. In this 10-chapter breakdown, we explore how Netanyahu's 24-month strategy unfolded step by step: the covert assassinations, intelligence coups, military tech, regional alliances, and humanitarian optics that redefined Israel's modern warfare doctrine. The war began after the October 2023 surprise attack that shocked Israel and the world. Netanyahu's immediate response was not just retaliation, it was transformation. He restructured Israel's war cabinet overnight, calling it the War of Final Settlement. Israel's first move was psychological: nationwide mobilization, media control, and redefining public morale. Netanyahu framed the war not as a temporary conflict, but as a national rebirth. Within days, Operation Iron Promise launched. Israel combined its Iron Dome, Arrow 3, and drone fleets into a synchronized strike network. For the first time, artificial intelligence predicted Hamas missile launches before they occurred. Drones patrolled 24/7 while cyber units jammed Hamas communications, blinding their command. While Gaza burned, Mossad went global. Its mission: locate and eliminate Hamas overseas financiers and weapons suppliers. Over 2 months, 17 foreign operatives were neutralized across Lebanon, Qatar, and Turkey. Netanyahu secretly coordinated with Western intelligence to choke Hamas funding. Beneath Gaza lay hundreds of kilometers of tunnels, Hamas' true power. Israel deployed ground robots and AI-guided micro-drones to map them in 3D. These tunnel terminators emitted sonar waves to detect hidden chambers. By month 6, over 80% of Hamas' underground routes were destroyed. Netanyahu knew that defeating Hamas required controlling the narrative. Israel flooded social media with real-time footage of Hamas crimes while limiting footage of civilian death. Western allies echoed Israel's stance, labeling Hamas a regional ISIS. This narrative war weakened global sympathy for the group. By month 9, Netanyahu had rallied the US, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia into a covert alliance. Intelligence and border control were shared, isolating Hamas completely. This Iron Alliance pressured Qatar to freeze Hamas assets and pushed Arab nations to back a post-war Gaza reconstruction plan under Israeli oversight. The southern Gaza city of Khan Younis became Hamas' last major stronghold. The IDF surrounded it in a weeks-long siege using robotic armor and drone swarms. By month 14, Israeli forces captured Yahya Sinwar's command bunker. With its capture, Hamas' central command effectively collapsed. In mid-2025, Hamas requested a ceasefire. Netanyahu agreed on paper but quietly continued precision operations against splinter cells. Every ceasefire period became a trap, exposing hidden militants through digital surveillance. Within months, Hamas lost all regional command capacity. Netanyahu launched Gaza 2030, a reconstruction initiative controlled by Israel and international donors. The aim: rebuild without Hamas. Reconstruction contracts went to firms monitored by Israeli intelligence, ensuring no militant resurgence. Gaza became a semi-autonomous zone under Israeli security. By late 2025, Hamas military and political wings were dismantled. Surviving leaders fled or surrendered. Netanyahu declared victory, calling it the final redemption of Israeli security. Critics called it occupation by another name. But for Bibi, it was mission accomplished. In just 24 months, Netanyahu turned one of Israel's darkest chapters into a military and political triumph, though at an enormous human cost. Gaza lay in ruins, its militant structure gone. But questions about governance, peace, and justice remained. Critics warned that destroying Hamas was easier than rebuilding stability. Yet, from a purely strategic lens, Netanyahu had done what few thought possible. He harnessed the full spectrum of modern warfare: AI, drones, cyber control, and intelligence precision to annihilate a movement rooted in ideology and fear. For Netanyahu, this war was not just about Gaza, it was about securing his legacy, reshaping Israel's defense doctrine, and sending a message to future enemies that Israel would never again be caught off guard. The echoes of this two-year war continue to reshape the Middle East, leaving behind a fragile peace, a scarred land, and a new era of high-tech warfare where machines and minds fight side by side.